A few years ago, actually about 20 years ago, a group of people would get together once a year at the ASA conference. And we called ourselves NATAP, the Network of Autism Training and Technical Assistance Programs. And at that time, we got together because we represented universities or programs that were interested in talking about how we built capacity and how we did systemic change in our states. Let me just tell you that at that time, about 20 years ago, we probably could have had a table for 4. There was not much interest. Barbara Becker-Cottrell, if you can stand, for many years has been the co-chair with me of the NATAP group. And we would collect syllabi and share information, and we really became a support network for each other. But increasingly what became really obvious was that there was a great need and that individual states were starting to look at developing competencies around what teachers needed to know who were trained in the field of autism spectrum disorders. If you work at a university or college, you have to go through something that's called an NK credentialing. And in those NK credentialing, basically what you have to do is you have to take your syllabi and show how you match up your competencies to those for accreditation of your university. Unfortunately, when you looked at those competencies, there was nothing in those competencies about autism spectrum disorders. That meant that universities and colleges had no reason to embed any information about autism spectrum disorders, and interestingly enough, about positive behavior supports within the context of their competencies. With just a spark of an idea, Brenda and I wrote a grant to the Autism Society of America to develop these competencies. And for those of you who know Brenda, when you give her a spark of an idea, it becomes a wildfire. And she took it on. And with the support of O'Callaghan, Sean, I don't know if you're here, and the Council for Exceptional Children, we're pleased to announce that the competencies have now been released, and it will be an expectation of universities and colleges that they have to address information related to autism spectrum disorders in their curriculum. Explain a little bit about that. Explain about them a little bit. Okay, and you can take a break.
This wonderful accomplishment is the work of over 20 people, 20 members of the NATAP organization, who identified the competencies based upon a comprehensive review of the literature in autism spectrum disorders. So these teacher competencies are evidence-based. In addition, we have 2 sets of competencies now. We have a basic set of skills and knowledge that all teachers who work with children with autism must meet, and then we have an advanced set for those who are autism resource teachers, who are consultants in school districts. We hope to see in the near future that these competencies are not only linked to the syllabi for NCATE, but also to the textbooks that are published that address the needs of our children, youth, and adults.
And fortunately, how the world ties things together, about the same time this was happening, we happened to have a textbook that was written that won the award this year. In addition, and again, thank you to O'Callaghan and a group of other folks, O'Callaghan has really been spearheading the development of the Autism Internet module. Sean, stand up. We need to see your little face. Stand up taller. Okay, they're going to think you're only 5'2". And follow this very closely. So we now have these competencies, and we know that not every university and college will have people who are able to teach to those competencies. And so through the Autism Internet modules, the AIM modules, you will have access to the material information related to those competencies. And get ready for this, the price to use those competencies is nothing. It is free. And again, also the Autism Society, Easter Seals, and other organizations have supported that. So this has been a labor of love and a tremendous collaboration. And Brenda, you rock, honey. Thank you.